Some Krakens decide to live with humans, but the daughter discovers that it is because they got away from the evil mermaids, who want to take over the ocean. Let me tell you, Gillman, teenage Kraken. This movie starts with a Kraken girl, named Ruby, who lived on the mainland with her family, who are her father, her brother and her mother, named Agata, who lived among humans, and when they were asked why they were blue, they excused themselves with that they were from Canada. Later, we meet a pirate who is obsessed with catching sea creatures, but he wanted to catch the most mysterious ones in the ocean, but he couldn't do it. Well, Ruby was very smart, especially in mathematics, and she was also very excited, since there will soon be a big event at her school. Although the bad thing is that she realizes that it will be in the ocean, so she knows that her mother will not let her go, since she does not want her to go near the sea. Then, Ruby's friends tell her that she is going to the party, which makes her sad, so they convince her to sneak out. So excited, she begins to think about how the boy who likes, named Connor, invites her to the dance, while she imagines having a good time with him. Later, they both run into each other near the shoreline, where it seems that the two want to invite each other to the party. But the bad thing is that Connor activates a party device, and ends up losing his balance, so he falls into the ocean. So, despite being forbidden, Ruby jumps into the water to save him, but she has some problems, since she feels that something changes in her, so she transforms into a gigantic creature, but she still manages to rescue Connor. Shortly after, Ruby returns to the others, where she realizes that Connor thinks a monster almost ate him, but that a new girl named Chelsea came and saved him, who seems to also claim to be a great lifeguard. At the same time, Ruby realizes that her hands have something strange and wants to leave, but Chelsea surprises her and tries to meet her, although she only introduces herself, and better goes home so they don't discover her, so she enters a library. Later, she realizes that her hand is phosphorescent, so she gets so nervous that she ends up growing a lot, and she also notices that the person in charge of the place sees her, so she gets even more upset and continues to grow without stopping, so she destroys whole place. Because of this, the pirate who was nearby sees that he has a big prey to catch, so he gets excited about it. Also, Chelsea was nearby, but unlike the others, she just stares at him in amazement. On the other hand, we see that her mother Agata sees her daughter from afar, so she goes towards her at full speed, accidentally knocking someone down on the way, although she soon realizes that it is her brother, which I had not seen for a long time. So, Agata wastes no time and together with her brother goes to look for her daughter, who tries to hide behind large buildings, while apologizing to her mother, and she tells him that she just needs to calm down, and everything will be fine. Thanks to this, he calms down and returns to normal, while meeting his uncle. Then, they explain to her that the women in her office have the power to become giants, which is a blessing from the ocean, although Ruby doesn't like such a thing, since she grew up with the stories of humans, where she mentions that the giant Krakens they only destroy ships. Because of this, she comes into conflict with her mother, who tries to explain to her that this power is a blessing, but it seems that she does not want to understand, and instead goes to her room, but soon overhears that her uncle mentions that her grandmother wants to help her, but it seems that Agata does not agree. So, Ruby manages to get to her uncle and ask him about Grandma, so he tells her that Grandma lives at the bottom of the sea and wants to help her, so together they go down into the ocean, where on the way she falls. Fun to be gigantic. Shortly after, they arrive at a great marine kingdom, where the uncle tells her that they are all royalty. At the same time, she meets her grandmother, who is happy to see her, and without saying anything, takes her in front of the other Krakens, to which the grandmother tells him that she will be his next reina. However, Ruby takes an opportunity to tell her grandmother that she does not want to be reina, since she wants to continue living with humans, so the grandmother lets her go to follow her destiny. At the same time, we see that he explains that his dynasty has always been dedicated to protecting the ocean, since the evil mermaids want to take over everything. So he explains that a long time ago, in order to defeat the Krakens, the mermaids took over of a great trident, where the queen of the mermaids knocked down several of them. However, he also tells her that a very powerful Kraken arose, who is none other than Agata, for which he defeated them. But this brings back bad memories for the queen, since he did let them free, and worst of all, that he wanted to live among humans. So, the grandmother hoped that Ruby, knowing this, would agree to be the queen, but she still refuses and says goodbye to them. Then, as she approaches the surface, she is caught by the pirate, but to her good luck, Chelsea arrives, revealing that she is a mermaid, so she soon saves her from the pirate. Chelsea then wants to be friends, but Ruby decides to go home without saying anything. Then, when she arrives with the others, she realizes that everyone is scared with the monster they saw, plus she notices that Connor is also scared. Because of this, she decides to go with Chelsea, since she seems to be the only one who can understand her, so they become good friends, and Chelsea confesses that her mother was actually the queen of mermaids, but that she went to the afterlife. When he confronted Agatha, for which Ruby apologizes for this and wants to find a way to remedy it. Then, Chelsea comes up with the idea that they recover the trident from where Agatha left it hidden, and thus between the two they would unite the two species, so they go to the place where the trapped trident is, where only a skilled Kraken could reach it. So Ruby goes training, ignoring her friends on land. Then, since she can't move forward, she goes to her mother to confess the truth and to train her, but she refuses, since she tries to make her understand that mermaids are evil. So a furious Ruby transforms and better leaves. Later, Agatha goes to her mother the queen, who tells her not to give Ruby ideas, since now she wants to unite with the daughter of the queen of mermaids, to supposedly unite the species, although the grandmother reveals that the evil mermaid leader never had daughters. In a change of scene, we see that Ruby manages to recover the trident, but when she gives it to her supposed friend, she reveals her true form, and Ruby realizes that the reality is the queen of the sirens, who takes Ruby's power, and he leaves her asleep at the bottom of the sea. At the same time, Ruby's friends were at the party, and everyone was wondering where Ruby was, including Connor. At that moment, the mermaid knocks some things off the ship, attracting the Krakens, who are upset that Ruby was used for her evil plans. On the other hand, the uncle goes for Ruby, who is sad for disappointing her mother, although the uncle reveals that Agatha went to land, so that she would have a more peaceful life, no matter that she gave up being queen. Thanks to this, Ruby recovers her powers and goes with the others, where she realizes that they are about to defeat the Krakens. At the same time, all her companions recognize her. Even so, Ruby does not stop and goes against the mermaid, although she soon notices that she is very powerful, so she takes advantage of an opportunity, and tells her mother and grandmother that if they concentrate their strength, they will be able to defeat her. Then, the three come together, and with their ocular power, they manage to destroy the powerful trident, so the mermaid can no longer cause evil, while we see that the pirate finally manages to catch a creature as he always wanted. Then, her mother apologizes to her for not telling her the truth, while she gives her permission to go to her party, so she goes, and everyone welcomes her happy since she saved them from the mermaid, while she recovers her friends, and also has her dance with Connor. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to continue receiving videos like this. Have a great day.